Good morning, everybody, and welcome to What's Hot on the Open here in the U.S. markets. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group Securities offered by MoneyBlock. Here to give you your opening market action here in the United States. Now, taking a look at the markets, right now I'm looking at the Dow 30. The futures are trading up about 28 points at 19,802. And, basically you're seeing with only two sessions left today and tomorrow in 2016, you're going to see some year-end agendas start to come out. In other words, some window dressing, maybe some tax selling, and so forth. So when you hear these numbers, take them with a little bit of a grain of salt. There's going to be some fungibility, let's use that word today, as well as some potential volatility for the next 24 hours. Taking a look at the Russell 2000, the higher beta small cap stocks, trading up about $10.90 at $1371.20. We're also looking at the tech-heavy NASDAQ, trading up $8.25 at $4,931.75. And taking a look at the S&P E-mini futures, they're trading at 2,249.25, up $4. You do have volatility coming off. The vol futures are trading at 14.5. That's right around down 7.5 cents. You have dollar weakness down about a quarter at 102.99. And you're seeing that crude is pulling back right now below $54 at 53.90, down 15 cents. And gold has been holding up well and has been on a nice move for the last couple of days. In spite of the dollar strength that we've seen for the last few sessions, gold is trading up about $5.90 at $1,146.70. So with really no other corporate news that is coming across the tape, the theme or some of the activity that you're going to see revolved around the opening is going to be the continuation of the chip makers and the activity there. The focus yesterday was on NVDA. The $106 stock basically has been a superstar all year, up over 200% for the year, but it's been pulling back for the last few sessions on weakness. There has been some reports that have been coming out from some research firms, the most notable one from Citron, really giving it an ominous outlook for this sector and for this stock. The stock, NVDA, NVIDIA, is down about 2.7% today. We're also seeing that some of its peers, like Micron, ticker symbol MU, is also losing some ground on what has been a pretty positive year for Micron. It's trading down about 0.8% right now on the open. So we're going to watch this very closely. That could continue to put pressure on tech stocks, especially as we get into the tail end of the year. Some profits might want to be trimmed in spite of the fact that no one really knows what the tax code is going to look like for 2017. Taking a look at the Treasury markets, and there's been some very interesting action there. The 10-year yield here in the United States is down 2 basis points at 2.49%. But the real story is that globally we've seen that Treasury yields have been dropping pretty precipitously, especially in Europe. You're starting to see that those are pulled off. You can actually take a look at what's hot on the open in Europe. We talk about that. But the Treasury markets have been pulling off. That's a little bit of a safety trade right now after the bonds were beat up pretty good for basically the last month and a half. You've seen yields since the election go up from basically about 1.4% in the 10-year to now today almost 2.5%. So you've had almost 100 basis points move, 110 basis point move in basically 2 months. It's been absolutely impressive. Taking a look at the ETF TLT, which is the combination of the 10-year and the 30-year bond, basically we call it the 20-year bond. It's tracking that latter end of the curve. It's trading at 118.85. Right now, the options are pricing in the potential for a 1% move for the next 2 days in TLT, which is trading at 118.85. And for the next 8 days, you have a range of around $1.87, either up or down. So you could see that this bond prices could be raising up as high as 120, 120 and some change, or as low as 117, 116 and some change. We also did have some economic data. Last night we talked about watching the initial jobless claims. Well, the count came in at 265,000. The consensus was right around that number. So a real ho-hum kind of number. The unrevised prior week count was 275,000. As far as continuing claims, that rose to about 2.1 million from just a little over 2 million from its previous reading. We're also seeing that nat gas has been moving to the upside, and the reason why I'm bringing up this commodity is because they have so in about an hour after our discussion here. Also keep an eye on crude inventories. That's due out at 11 Eastern time. You could see some volatility up to and post that number. UNG is the ETF that tracks nat gas. It's trading at $9.52. Right now into the number, they're pricing in the potential of about a 3% move just in the next 24 hours. So into this announcement, we're going to see if we're going to have another draw in nat gas. We have had some pretty decent nat gas draws. We'll also watch the crude inventory number. That could add some volatility and maybe some pressure on crude, especially if we have a build in crude, and that's in front of what is expected to be the OPEC supply and reduction in supply and production. So with that being said, keep an eye on the markets, keep your powder dry. I would be trading very small for the next 24 hours, if at all, only because I think that there's not a lot of volume in these markets, and you could be looking at some, as I said, some window dressing, tax selling, just basically some tactics that are year end. With that being said, we will be back online at 1:30 Eastern time for Strategy Now, where we're going to talk about what's going on in the midday and what strategies you could be looking to deploy, especially as we're coming into the tail end of 2016. All right, folks, thanks for watching MarketStream.live, and we'll see you at 1:30 Eastern time for Strategy Now. Have a great day.